Welcome back. We're at week number 5, right? So this week, what we're going to look at for management, I want to discuss some key points that I believe that at this point in time that it's important that I mention some of these things early in the course so people don't kind of lose track, right? All right. So on the agenda, what we're going to be doing tonight, I'm going to first address the missing grade situation, right, with the individuals that have missing grades. I'm also going to address when it comes to negligence for some of the individuals that are posting discussions and they're missing the target, right? So important that I kind of walk my way through and show you how to access the question and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that. All right. I'm going to be highlighting 2 students, right? What I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to highlight students, right, that did well and are doing well, right, in the course. And so I have 2 students tonight. I'm going to show your discussion 1 and discussion 2 answers 4. And structure, how you structure it, right? Very important, right? And then so we have discussion 1, discussion 2. And with that being said, you notice that I'm not waiting anymore for the people that have not submitted discussion 2, right? Because honestly, if I wait and it rolls over, right, I'm kind of shortchanging the rest of students that did their discussion and want to know what the answer looked like. All right, and then I'll be able to, and I'm recording this now, so you can then view it and then you can look at it afterwards and pause the video and read it. All right, so that's important for me. Also, I'm going to address some questions that I've received based on assignment number 1, and it goes back to what I'm gonna kind of open with tonight when it comes to negligence, right? And I will say delinquency also from some students, because like for example, this week some students are asking me like what group are they in, like now we have to address that because the assignment is now due, right? So we have to look at all that right now and how I'm going to deal with that. Also, I want to also look at the missing grades to close off with that, right? The missing grades, all right? And of course, I'll have a section in the end that you're able to then ask a question, and then of course afterwards I'll be able to jot it down, and just like that, when I roll over next week, I'll be answering your questions and beginning with that. Okay. All right. So let's begin. I want to start off by talking about the good news, right? We have a lot of students that did excellent, right, on the assessment so far. Man, I'm very impressed by the structure, how you structure discussions and stuff like that, right? So we have a number of students that it's between 9, 10, rating. You might have something missing, and it goes back to answering the discussion questions, all right? I got some feedback from the quiz that y'all took, right? The quiz was good, right? For the people that took that retake quiz that had difficulty, all right, y'all did well as well, but some people, I don't understand, you didn't answer a question at all. So what the system does, it generates a 0 for you for that particular question, so you missed out a lot of points. Right? So it's important to remember that when you're doing a quiz, you have the time, right? So you need to attempt all the questions, right? You shouldn't leave anything blank, right? And that's a big thing. So that hurt a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but that caused people to fail the quiz that they did retake, right? Because you didn't attempt the question. So that's an automatic 0. You won't even get points at trying for that, right? So I want to kind of highlight with that, start off with that. All right. So let's start off with the first thing, delinquency, right? Again, I'm not railing up or nothing, right? It's just I kind of want to put this out there that we're looking at some students that are not keeping up with the reading, and you're not even viewing the video, and that's scary at this point in time, right? If you're not viewing the video that we have on the Moodle site, that shows me that you have no interest in the course, right? And when the discussion comes along, then you try to you'll say you kind of wing it, right? You're doing your own thing. So it shows. Trust me, I know, I can see it, right? It shows. And if I'm asking you a discussion question and then you give me something completely opposite, like a reflection, it doesn't line up, right? So that's one thing I want to kind of get out one time, right? And what I don't understand is that for the discussion, what I noticed, and this is the thing, right, people, because I believe that everybody should pass a discussion question. You have the question, you're actually responding to your classmates, right? You're watching them how you structure their work, right? And then we're looking at, then when you go and write your own, it's completely opposite from what the question is. So that right there is like a big red flag for me for some people, right? And you know that won't work. Again, this course involves you to put in the time, right? In life, whatever you put in, you get out, right? And it shows. Trust me, it shows in your work. So please, if you're doing that right now, please get back on track, right? Because this is going to be an issue for you moving forward, right? I like the fact that while looking at the live, I'm doing some analytics, and the individuals that are actually putting the time in are actually performing well in the course, and I like that, right? We have people right now that have, full points on everything, full points across the board, and it shows you. So if they can do it, you can do it. All right. So, but it goes back to the effort you put in, right? So I don't want to kind of go off target with it, but it's important that you kind of realize that and address the situation. Looking at the video viewing, you have some students who have not even viewed the video, right? So from the time you're not viewing the video on Moodle and you're not even viewing my class session that we have pre-recorded, that shows me something, right? It shows me something that you don't have interest in the course. And I have all of that documented as well. So we have some people right now that have missing grades on everything, missing discussion, and you fail the quiz. So you know that it's a pattern, right? It's a pattern showing. So please, again, don't waste your money or your parents' money. People, put in the work, right? You have all the resources there, right? It's important, and I really want to kind of stress on this early because I notice it. And for me as an educator for so many years, I can view it and see, all right, this person is not even reading the chapter, right? You're not even reading the chapter. So it shows in your writing, right? And of course, I'm not going to be here just lamenting on that point, but I have to make it clear. And I applaud the people that are actually putting in the effort in this particular course, and you're going to be rewarded. For example, the people that are on the live as well, you're going to be rewarded, and it shows also in your work. Right, so I just want to kind of start off with that. Okay. Now, for the people that have missing grades, when it comes to the sections, of course, we have both sections on right now, which is section 3 and 3.1, right? Now, for the section 3, you have, you can go ahead. Let me just finish this, and you can go ahead with the question. Let me go ahead. You go ahead and ask a question, please. When I get sidetracked. Go ahead.
Sir, good evening. The question I had was for Form 1.
Okay.
The course coordinator had told me that I will not be able to do Form 1, but I can get like extra points or anything to make up for that.
Really?
Yeah, she told me, she
All right.
mentioned because I had emailed her and she
What
had
did you say?
told me that she cannot open it
She's
back.
not going to open it? All right. Well, okay. When she emailed that today or during the week?
I emailed her that I think a few days ago,
Okay.
and she
All right. Okay.
was
That's gonna be okay. Well, that's gonna be something I have to look into. I'm gonna jot it down right now because in my mind she said that she'll be to open it right for the people that have not. So I'm gonna have a meeting right tomorrow. I just got off the phone in our conference call with her, and I kind of address the other people as well. When it comes to how you view your grades, somebody asked me that question before we closed off last week. Now, Miss Raisa has mentioned that at this point in time, she's still going through how to view your grades, and it goes back to the question you only asked earlier, right? Your grades not showing properly, right? So I have an Excel sheet here that I have my grades on, right? So this is the correct averages and everything I have on my Excel sheet, right? This week she's going to be, because our view of Moodle is different from your view, right? A lecturer view is different from a student view. So what she's going to do this week, she's telling me that she's going to create some type of resource material that's going to show you guys how to view your grades, all right? Whenever she creates that and send it to me, I'll be able to share it with you, all right? So that answers it for the people who have the grades issue. But honestly, for the people, you know you have missing grades now, right? If you are missing grade, you know it. You know what you did and what you didn't do. The course is young, right? So my view, right? Get it done, have it saved somewhere, and I'll be mentioning next week how you're gonna be submitting it. If she's gonna open or you're gonna submit it, and I'm gonna document it. And you maybe have to like courtesy copy her in the email. But whatever we could view from Moodle. All right, cool. All right. So again, Dwayne, yes, you can view it, right? But to the point, sometimes it shows like a discrepancy. right? But I want it for other people to like a step-by-step way how to view it, right? So I want her to show you all that in a video. So she's gonna create that for you all right? So thank you there for that information you're doing. All right, moving on. So for the people with the missing grades, it's important, again, that you're here and you're active when it comes to getting those work done and also having them saved. So when I tell you the medium we're going to use next week, then you're able to send that to me, I get that into you. Section 3. Section 3, that's the section I have the most missing grades, right? Section 3.1, you're good, right? You have like one or two or three people that are delinquent, right? But other than that, you're all good in that section, right? And of course, I'm not comparing anybody, right? But that's how it looks like from a general point of view, okay? Now, assignment. The assignment question, let me put it on screen sharing real quick here. Let me just go through something. A common question, I think me and Brittany actually discussed that last time, and people are still sending me the same question again, right? So I'm here to then, I want to kind of go slow with it. And at this point, it's important to remember that you should have almost be done with that, right? With your assignment. Can everybody see my screen? Is it straight? Can you all see it? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. All right, so let's come here then. All right, so we're at the site, okay? We're at the site and we want to go down. If we scroll down, right? Scrolling down, I'm able to view all the courses and stuff like that, right? So at week 1, moving on, week 2, everything, right? And now we're at discussion 1, okay? So it's important when you click on this, the discussion question is right there, right? It's at the bottom, right here. The first thing you open, right, is the discussion question, right? You have your question right here. This exact question is where? Where do you see this question also? In your what? In your course what?
Course outline.
Your course outline, right? So when individuals come here and they're writing a reflection about themselves, what they learn in their reading, it kind of puzzles me, all right? That's right. That's the puzzling part of it, right? It shows me that you're not even following instructions, okay? So that's the only thing I want to highlight, that you're able to view it there, okay? For discussion 1, and we're looking at Calvin here. So I kind of pull up his work. So for discussion 1, the structure of it, you see, Calvin, who is the manager, he has description here. Of course, he looks at the breakdown between effectiveness and efficiency. God has it here. So you can structure work like this, people, right? It's easier for you, right? You know that you're answering the question, right? And you're, of course, you're in your own words, right? Nice there. Short and sweet to the point, perfect, right? I see some people writing and you're copying. I actually noticed some people copy and pasting the 4 functions of management in this section. I'm like, yo, you know, it kind of puzzles me. Oh, why would you? I'm not asking for the 4 functions of management. All right. So again, it shows, right? It shows me something. So this is an example of what I want, right? When it comes to a structured answer, and this would be a 10 out of 10 when it comes to the discussion question 1, right? Structure is there, everything, the breakdown is there. All right. So that's an example for you to look at for form number 1. Okay. I want to go right into form number 2, and this also had me puzzled, and I want to highlight this here, right here, Alicia. And we're looking at her structure, right? So she has all the answers. She answered the question, right? The 2 questions, right? And she can have it in a summary. That is also still acceptable because I can easily see, all right, this is number 1, and this is the second question answer at the bottom, right? Some people have off target again. They're writing the 4 functions of management again, controlling, and I'm like, what in the world, you know? So it's important, right, that we read the question and the answer, right, in your own words. People, you have the PowerPoint that has the answers right there on it. You have the lecture notes, right, and you have the e-text as well. So you know there's no question, right, why you shouldn't be hitting those targets at this point in time for me personally, right? So I'll pull up that. All right, so let's go into the next thing I have for you guys. So we're looking now at the format, and we look earlier. Brittany was mentioning we had a good talk last time, right, Brittany? And we were talking about the executive summary and stuff like that. So the common question right now I kind of want to address is that question number 1 for this particular case study asks you to summarize the case, right? Right? Summarize the case. So that goes in the body. So the first paragraph there in the body will summarize the case. Now, an introduction / summary, right, provides an overview of your entire, right, assignment, highlighting important information about the case. So now, when you write this introduction or summary, this goes last. You do this part last. And I mentioned I want to go over it slow. So when you answer your first question all the way down to your last question, you do your conclusion, right? You do your conclusion. And now you're going to summarize everything you learned now, short extract in the introduction or summary of the entire project. So you're doing like a research project, all right? So that goes last, just to highlight that right now for you, okay? So again, you want to summarize everything, right? All the important points there for your summary, okay? The next common question was asked about the name. So you can go ahead and write both of our names here, right? So I'm the course facilitator, Mr. Oliver Garay, and then of course you all know Ms. Raisa, and she's gonna be the course coordinator. So you can put both of our names here, it should be okay. All right, it's acceptable. Another question I have here is about the reference. So we're looking at the reference, right? Now, some students asked about the APA section and everything. So of course, the reference, the common references is going to be what? One is going to be the video, and next one is going to be the management text, e-text that you all have, right? Those will be accepted. If you have any other references that you use in this project, you can then include it, but I want to see the video. So it's gonna be a video, right? APA cited reference, and also the e-text cited APA reference, okay? So I'm okay with 2. If you're using anything else, feel free to then add them as well, okay? Feel free to add them. Let me pull it back. So I had a question just now. Somebody can go ahead and ask your question. Somebody have a question?
Sir,
Yeah.
you will want like in-text citation on this.
No. It's not gonna be. Because remember that the questions. Yeah, remember the questions are designed when it comes to your analyzing, right? So you're analyzing it, right? So it's gonna be in your own words. So it's not gonna be like you're taking snippets from other, like other books and including it. It's just your own words after you discuss with your group, right? And that should be okay for me. Okay. So it's just gonna be the citation when it comes to the reference page at the bottom, which is gonna be referring to the e-text and also the video. So it's gonna be what e-text citation and also a video citation. Okay. Answer the question.
Sir, and is there any outline rubric or is that shows like the amount of points and so for each?
Oh, when you talk about the breakdown, the breakdown rubric is on your when it comes to your course outline, it's right there. I'm gonna just divide it out, right? So for the points, it's not there. Okay, an easy way to do it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so for the rubric for this particular case, it's just the different sections you have, and you just divide it out into the points, the total amount of points. That's how I do it. So I'll be looking at introduction, this amount. And I don't think for this point, I think we should be at a grammar point, right? So I don't think I should be taking out points of grammar. So I usually just break it down like that. So just make sure you hit all the points, okay? Make sure you hit all the points. So it should be okay. So I'm really looking at right now at your understanding of the particular content. That's the real gist side, right? So when I read, okay, you understood the video, you understand the concept, So that's what I'm looking at. So don't worry too much about that. Just make sure you hit the targets that I've asked for, which is answering the questions. Please do not miss a question, right? That's the worst thing you want to do right now because you're gonna lose a whole amount of points. All right. Also, next thing, for the people that are, I know And of course, some of you don't want to kind of, you know, mention it. Let's run this attendance one more time because we're looking at it right now. All right. I know some of you guys don't want to mention it, right? But I know you have some delinquent group members. All right. Again, this is not a free ride. Okay. So I'm telling you from now, if you have a member in your group that's not contributing at all to your project, you reach out to them several times and they have not contributed, upon submission on the due date, and again, I want to kind of also view, let me put out my screen sharing one more time so I can then view, right? So we can then view the due date for the assignment. So everybody can see my screen, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Hold on. Better?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, all right. So if I go on the particular site, right? So I go one back on my UB site, and now I'm going to my particular Moodle page, right? It's right there, right? You see we have assignment number 1 due Saturday the 18th, right? I'll say at midnight that should be submitted. You have a little bit more time, okay? And I want to make this clear right now that you guys, usually in a management course, these type of case studies are done like in pairs, right? And they have you right now in groups of 5, right? So you have more enough resources. But at the same time, what I don't want, let me stop recording here. Stop presenting, sorry. What I don't want right now is individuals getting a free ride, right? Free ride. So it's important that if you know a group member has not contributed to this, to your particular work, and you know, me and Mr. Corey had some conversations earlier about some people that were not, you know, I had to kind of send out some emails, right, to remind them. If you know that they have not contributed or haven't, like, you know, added to your work, please email me, right, and notify me of that. Okay, and I will do a follow-up. I'll contact you directly and I'll understand the issue and I will then deal with that situation, because it's not fair to you that you have put in that work and somebody else get your work for free. All right, so I just want to say that. I just want to say that one time, because I noticed that we have some students here right now that are not reading, not viewing the pre-recorded video, not even viewing the course coordinator video, right? And that shows me I have zero interest, so I'm not gonna give them a free grade because it's not fair. It's not fair to you all that are working. Okay, so I'll be dealing with that personally, right? So I'll be sending out some emails and having some phone calls, right, to individuals because they're really not taking the course seriously at this point in time. And I need to reward you all that are actually taking the course seriously, right? So again, hats off you all for showing the interest, and again, you will be rewarded. Okay. All right. So we looked at delinquency. We touched a bit on the assignment, right? Answered some questions on the assignment, some commonly asked questions. I love the fact that you emailed me. Please don't hesitate to email me your questions that you have on any assessment, and I will address it in the live. Okay. And then we looked at the assignment question. Okay. So you can go back and pause this video at any time and watch the answers. That's why I'm doing it on the live, so you can then go back and check it. For the people that are missing assignments and missing this question, sorry, but I'm not waiting for you all anymore because I'm shortchanging the rest of people. I noticed for that first discussion question, we had a question that talked about efficiency versus effectiveness, and I should have answered that question, right? Because I'm waiting and waiting, right, for individuals, right, to have their work in, right? Some people, of course, got it. Some people have got it, and that's why I was lenient. Right now, honestly, I'm very lenient with the grading, right? So moving forward, right, for the people, I'm gonna be going through all these answers again, right? Because it's important I go through it. You deserve that, right? And we're not gonna be waiting for everybody else to try to catch up, right? Because they are being delinquent. And of course, I need to reward you. So that's how we're gonna be moving forward in this course, okay? So I just wanna let you all know that right now, right? And of course, I'm seeing your efforts as well. Yeah, you can go, you can leave as well. Yeah, you can go ahead. I already took the attendance. All right, so that's what I want to cover tonight. And I want to give you the time right now for the rest of people to work on this assignment number 1. And please view the videos, people. It's important. Miss Piping's work has gone through each of the core concepts, and she's there and she's explaining, and everything is on YouTube. You have the link, right? So I don't understand how people are not viewing the video, right? So you have it right there. Again, I urge you all, for the people that are doing great, continue to do great. And if people are slacking off, please get back on the horse and finish this course strong. You can get an A in this course, right? Right? It's easy to get an A, but you have to put in the work. Very important, right? You have all the resources right now at your disposal. All right, so let me get some questions for next week. We'll go ahead and ask me any question you all want, just next week. Before you all start that, I just want to say again, Brittany, thanks again for informing me about those changes, right? And when it comes to the other people that have informed me about issues you've been having, please don't hesitate, right? So, you know, contact me via email, WhatsApp, right? Of course, please don't WhatsApp me late, right? Because I'll answer you in the morning. Right, so it's important that, you know, but still send that message out, right? In the normal business working hours, like between 8 and 5, and I'll be able to hit you back. Okay. Okay, so you guys have the floor right now. Let's get the questions in right now.
Sir, just to make sure, this essay that like was simple essay, right? We just was summarize what you learned and the concepts, understanding the concept, right?
Okay, so you're talking about the assignment, right?
Yes.
All right, yeah, the assignment is just based on the questions. You remember, I got a list of questions I sent you all. So all what you need to do is view the video. Don't be afraid to, don't be afraid to view that video. Several times. Some of my students actually view the video 2-3 times before they start, you know. So it's important that you view the video and you're able to answer the questions first. And then after you finish answering the questions, right, you'll be able to formulate your conclusion about what you learned from the questions. And then you summarize everything into that summary in the top. So please break it down like that for me. So I should see each paragraph, a separate paragraph, okay? For each one. So I'm able to, when I grade it, I can go in and say, all right, you have this, you have this, you have this, you have this. All the way down, and you're able to get your full points, all right?
Sir, so we could put like a question and then the answer?
No, don't put the question and answer. It's just gonna be, just put it in paragraph form. So each question, you have the introduction, you each answer for your question and conclusion. So it's gonna just flow, right? It's gonna flow, right? So just do it like that for me, please. Any more questions? You have a next question there? Or was that clear enough? Right? So again, it's just gonna be just each paragraph is going to be, right? So I have introduction, I grade that first paragraph. Then at each one of your questions, you have a paragraph, I grade each one, and I do the conclusion. All right. All right, go ahead there. Brittany, go ahead.
Sir, I know earlier you said that we don't have to do in-text citation.
In-text citation,
I done basically.
You can go ahead and do it. It's okay if you will go ahead and do it, right? I'm just saying that when it comes to some of the answers, right, you can go ahead and take an exact excerpt and of course just cite it. That's okay for me. Right, but I'm saying some of the people are having issues because, you know, they genuinely are creating the answers from a summary that they understood, right? Mm-hmm. So you couldn't really cite that because you're coming up with it, right? So you're not just taking the exact phrase out. So that's okay, that's acceptable. But I mentioned that you should cite the resources that you use, right? So that would be what? Your text and your video, right? YouTube video. So those two should be perfect. If you have any other resource that you want to pull in, maybe an example or something, you want to cite it, go ahead and do it, right? It should be all right, right? It should be okay.
I do have one other question because I'm the person for my group to do like the editing and
proofreading and stuff.
Yeah, and it's kind of difficult because I understand you're saying that it's their opinion, but some of the answers I guess not relating to the question, or it's no way.
I get you.
I don't want to be that person to you know, bring down someone's answer, but I just try improve it or help it in finding, you know, resources or answering the question better. But I don't know what else to do, sir.
Okay, honestly, my take on that would be this, right? You have a group of people, right? It's easy for you all to go on a group, like maybe I'll say that go on like a video call everybody, and you go through the answers and you discuss. You can discuss. It's not per se that, oh, you do this, you do that. You know, that kind of hampers, right, a little bit, because we can. The thing is discussion, right? Having a discussion about the answer, and then through discussion, you know, they say 2 heads are better than 1. Now you guys have 5, right? So you're able to then, all right, we should include this, we should include that. So again, each group is different. So that's why I kind of leave you alone right now to see the strategy that you're using for this assignment 1. And then realize, okay, next time we do the next one, or we can maybe correct it now. You have time, right? And you're able to implement a new strategy that is gonna, unite everyone, and you're able to have that discussion. But again, each group is different. Each group choose different strategies. But it's important that we have that dialogue, because I understand what you're coming from. You're doing like, maybe your structure was that, oh, you do number 1, you do number 2. Sometimes, honestly, from experience, that doesn't work, because some students really, maybe going off tangent, and it's your job as a group to kind of bring them back and have that fruitful discussion, okay? So again, I leave that up to you guys to have like, and that's part of management, right? Where you're managing your human resources, right? That's why I purposely put you in separate groups and let you choose your partner. It's important to see how you kind of work together. Okay, and that's part of the the experience.
Sir, to be honest, that what you said with just giving everyone their part, I think that is where we had our downfall, because everybody just separate the work, and you handle that question, I handle this, whatever.
Yes, I understand.
And I see whereby that, like, I guess me coming from like a research background,
yeah,
and I don't know already how we go about doing the analysis, and maybe they don't. So
exactly, and that's one of the reasons why it's important that we share, because remember, this course has individuals that are in the bachelor level course, and all the way back into just started freshman, right? UB. So it's important that we have that resource sharing, like I mentioned. So again, you understand what your problem is already. So you have the time to go back and have the discussions at some point, because it's due to Saturday midnight, right? So whatever adjustments you have to do now, you do it now. So when you do the next one again, it's a smoother transition for you. You see, that's what I'm looking at. So again, you guys, it's you managing your resources. So I want to see how it turns out. But I'm confident right now that I'm going to get some good work. All right, excellent work.
So you never say me talk about 2 people in your class?
I already showed it already. I showed the answers to the screen there, yeah. So those are 2 individuals. You can go back and pause the video and watch how they structured their work, right? Again, a lot of people are doing well, but I can't highlight everyone, right? So I'm just trying to, as we go along, pull out like random people, okay? So it's important that I acknowledge good work when I see it. And of course, it's not just those 2. A lot of people, right? You're doing excellent work, and I like how you structure your work and stuff like that, but I can't highlight everyone. But trust me, you're getting rewarded for it in your grades. All right, next question. Hi, next, go ahead.
Hi, good night, sir.
Right.
In regards to the ethical leadership assessment, Forum 3, where's the instructions for that? Because
for Forum 3, we're not focusing on Forum 3 right now. That will be posted. You're ahead of the game right now. Right now, our focus right now is on this assignment 1. All right, the Forum 3 question will be posted. All right, and don't worry about it. It will be posted. But we're not up as yet, because we're focusing right now. We don't want to kind of overwhelm you with a lot of work right now. Right, we're kind of doing like singular focus. We call it management. So it's one objective at a time. Right. I don't want to say, all right, this is all the work. Then you get what you're gonna get. Overwhelmed by it. Okay. So
okay,
again,
thank you,
thank you for being ahead of the game. Though you're already there already. So that's good. Right. It shows me your interest. Okay.
Sir,
next person.
It just seemed overwhelmed because like all of the assignments and the tests.
Yes. I know, but trust me, you can't get into it yet as it, right? But don't worry about that. Take it one step at a time. You take it one day at a time. We don't try to go ahead of yourself, right? You have other courses you're doing, right? So important. I know, and of course we're fully online, so this is different, right? I'm used to lecturing in class, so I tend to want to go on and on, right? When it comes to students, so I go the extra mile. So this is the first time I'm doing this consultancy approach. But again, that's why I'm here. And if you have questions, you can go ahead and ask. But I honestly, the program is nice, but people are not sitting down and watching the videos. Very important. So if you're the person not doing that, you're gonna experience difficulty. For other people are watching the videos, so walk in the park, right? It should be okay. All right. Any other questions?